Five, 4,
Oh.
3, 2, 1.
Well, hello, Vanderbilt. Good morning.
It is Monday, February the 4th, and this is your Morning View. I'm Trevor Anderson.
And I'm Fallon Thompson.
And just another first Monday of February, so congratulations, we made it through a month of school already.
Made it through. I feel like it flew by. I don't know what
Yeah,
you're talking
actually,
about.
it's
Made it through. Whew.
Well, yeah, but I mean, when you first get back, you're just trying to get in the swing of things
Gotta get
again.
in the swing.
And,
January.
forget about what work is like and all this kind of. It's been so cold lately. My God.
I'm not a fan of it. However, the snow on Thursday, that was pretty.
Freaked out as if they had never seen. Now, obviously, it's been a long time since it snowed in Nashville, a couple years at least. But everyone is sort of just. I mean, these kids lost their minds. Like
Guilty.
Facebook and everything blowing
Guilty.
up. And it wasn't even like it was even that snow. You know, it's like some ice. It was like some
All
ice
right.
around.
Well, for those of us from lower Alabama, it was a pretty big deal. All right.
I'm not from Texas, so I'll agree. But it wasn't like
It was.
I don't know. It's just like
It was
It's
snow,
just-
and
it's
then
frozen
also
water.
I was studying for a test, and I didn't want to study, so it was a really great distraction.
Maybe because I had nothing to procrastinate on is why I didn't think it was so exciting. Maybe.
Okay, that's a good point. Yeah,
Maybe.
no.
Okay.
I think a very high percent of why I was so excited was because I wanted to procrastinate. Oops.
Gotcha. Well,
Sorry.
yeah.
Sad excuse for a student.
We're gonna excuse from that shame and move on to this morning's headlines. How about that?
Okay.
All right. Dance Marathon's greatest party on earth raised a record-breaking $130,384.13 for the services provided by the Monroe Carroll Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt. It's the highest amount ever raised since its Vanderbilt premiere in 2002. So in a decade, Dance Marathon breaking its own record. The event was held from 11 a.m. on Friday until 12:06 a.m. Saturday in the Student Life Center for a total of 13.1 hours of fundraising for the kids. The amount raised this year surpassed last year's grand total of $113,000 and $678 by 14%. Vanderbilt Dance Marathon this year spearheaded a new fundraising initiative through an online silent auction. This auction, whose bidding items included Southwest Airlines tickets, a Gibson guitar, Walt Disney World passes, and signed CDs by several well-renowned country music stars, raised $6,400 for the kids. Saturday's events featured fun, entertainment, and food. Chick-fil-A, Qdoba, and Krispy Kreme, just a few of the options offered to dancers throughout the event. Among some of the most notable performances included JPAC, which is the Vanderbilt's Juggling and Physical Arts Club, the Sigma Gamma Rho Step Team, the Swingin' Doors, Phi Beta Sigma Step Team, Tongue in Cheek, Vibe, the Melodors, and the Vanderbilt Carper Club. Other entertainment included the South 6-5 Band, the Chris Winward Band, led by a father of one of the Miracle Children here, and Nashville's own Dueling Pianos. Under the instruction and guidance of the Morale Committee, all participants were taught a choreographed morale dance that was performed hourly throughout the event. Each hour of Dance Marathon was characterized by a certain theme, such as Western and Disney, America, and the circus. There were over 800 Vanderbilt students in attendance at the event, and several of the Children's Hospital's Miracle families. Notable guests included head football coach James Franklin and CEO of Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital, Luke Gregory. The Monroe Carroll Children's Hospital and Vanderbilt Dance Marathon thanked all the students and administration for the donations and support throughout the year. Now, while the circus is often thought to be an idyllic event with colorful tents and unbelievable acts and happily performing animals, Vanderbilt Initiative for Vegetarian Awareness, VIVA, is trying to tell a different story. Due to recent investigations by People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, better known as PETA, claiming that elephants have been treated especially cruelly in the Ringling Brothers Circus, Viva protested the Ringling shows at the Bridgestone Arena the weekend of January the 25th. Beginning with the 2009 investigation, PETA has documented cruelty in the treatment of more than 20 elephants used in the Ringling Brothers Circus. According to PETA, Ringling elephants are reportedly chained and kept in dirty, poorly ventilated cages for an average of 26 hours at a time as the circus travels. The PETA website features a video of trainers beating elephants during their training, narrated by Alec Baldwin. The U.S. Department of Agriculture has cited Ringling multiple times with counts of improper handling, failure to provide adequate veterinary care, and unsanitary feeding practices. These findings are inconsistent with Ringling's claims that the circus staff, quote, devote their lives to living, working with, and caring for animals, end quote. Outside of Bridgestone Arena, Viva protested the treatment of elephants and other circus animals. Viva's service chair, Tricia Lukerbauer, organized the Ringling protest. Lepkucher said, "It's unethical to use any wild animals for entertainment purposes, but Ringling Brothers is especially cruel in its treating of the animals and was actually fined $270,000 for animal abuse, the largest fine in circus history." However, most people aren't aware of this and the continued cruelty of animals undergo being trained to perform. They're not dogs that are happy to perform for treats. These are wild animals who have been terrorized so much that they're frightened to not perform. Lepkucher, other Viva members, and other members of the national community at large arrived an hour before each show, fully equipped with signs, graphic photographic evidence of elephant training, and elephant costumes. Since its founding in 2009, Viva has worked to promote information regarding the benefits of a vegetarian or vegan diet, ethics of animal treatment, and other related issues. Moving on to a little happier note. Just 3 days of being on YouTube, a video of freshman Michael Pollock being invited to play piano on stage with Billy Joel has been viewed more than 33,000 times as of last night. The video, which was uploaded on January 31st, captures Pollock asking if he could join Joel on the stage and perform the song New York State of Mind. Pollock said in the video, "My favorite song of yours is New York State of Mind, and I was wondering if I could play it with you." The Vanderbilt Programming Board Wednesday night presented Billy Joel, questions and answers, and a little bit of music, where Pollock was able to join Joel on stage. The title of the video is Billy Joel Invites Student on Stage for New York State of Mind. Be sure to check it out. And for these stories and more, check out InsideVandy.com or pick up your latest edition of the Vanderbilt Hustler.
Wow.
33,000 times. That's
33,000.
And I mean, it's only, what, less than a week?
Yeah, it's been less than a week. Wow.
That's crazy.
Congratulations, Michael.
I'm sure it's going to blow up even way
Yeah.
bigger than that. But it's just cool that,
Yeah,
you know,
that was so awesome.
what are the odds that, you know, all people there, you got to get asked to do the
Exactly.
question, and then you're supposed to
I
get
heard
there and do
that
it.
like a lot of people were like pointing at him like, "Oh, you should ask him." So
Yeah, I mean, that was helps out your
kudos
friends.
to those people.
Yeah,
You helped
absolutely.
him get where he is. So that'll be interesting to watch his journey.
Well, from one superstar to another.
I know. Speaking of superstars, all of us have a dream about what we want to be when we grow up. My dream is to be Beyonce. I don't think that's too much to ask either. Like, I mean, come on. She's just the epitome of a perfect woman. So beautiful, so talented, so fierce. And while I may have to keep dreaming about actually being her, I can live vicariously through her by watching her when she performs at huge nationwide events like the good old Super Bowl. Of course, the commercials were somewhat hilarious, and the game was interesting enough, but they were all just second string to my girl B. As you can tell, she was clearly my favorite Super Bowl halftime show ever, but I guess I should probably give some credit to the others that were theoretically just as good. So I guess we should start with a throwback. Thanks to Michael Jackson and his game-changing 1999 performance, during which he sang hits including Black or White and Billie Jean, Super Bowl halftime shows have become a significant draw for viewers, practically vying with the game itself. Then there's the personal throwback favorite of mine when Britney Spears, Aerosmith, NSYNC, Mary J. Blige, and Nelly put on an entertaining show in 2001, performing hits like Bye 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 and I Don't Want to Miss a Thing. The finale was the greatest part, however, when the entire group sang Walk This Way, putting it as one of the greatest performances in the Halftime Hall of Fame. For a more wholesome performance, at the first Super Bowl halftime after 9/11, U2 performed a tribute to those lost in the attacks. As the band played MLK, the names of the victims appeared on a screen. The show ended with a stirring version of Where the Streets Have No Name, and Bono revealing the American flag in the lining of his jacket. So sure, there have been plenty of exciting performances to split up the peaceful drum of 200-pound-plus men crashing into one another, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. There have been plenty, or just as many, that will remind you that celebrities and event planners are not the perfect people that we may think them to be. In 1991, Mickey Mouse and a bunch of children opened for the New Kids on the Block. NKOTB, who performed Step by Step, and This One's for the Children, did the best they could, but the entire fiasco was just simply too weird to get over. In 2000, Christina Aguilera, Enrique Iglesias, Phil Collins, and Toni Braxton performed another Disney-themed halftime show. The concept was Tapestry of Nations, and it had a narration and a song called Reflections of the Earth. Doesn't really seem to coincide with the whole concept of American football now, does it? And then there's the 2011 halftime performance which showed promise. The crowd was pumped as the Black Eyed Peas entered from the ceiling. But once they hit the stage, things fell apart. Not even the hundreds of dancers clad in glowing green lights could save that performance. And last but not least, of course, we had the infamous 2004 Super Bowl halftime show. Janet Jackson, P. Diddy, Nelly, Kid Rock, and Justin Timberlake put on quite a performance for viewers. Although it didn't much matter what they sang, since the show will forever be remembered for Jackson's wardrobe malfunction. Oops. So there you have it, the worst and best halftime shows in recent Super Bowl history. And while I don't doubt that there will certainly be performances to come that will blow Janet Jackson out of the water for worst show ever, let's be honest, we have peaked with Beyonce. She's simply too perfect.
Wow, Janet Jackson, worst halftime show ever.
Yes.
That's a big charge. I don't think it was the worst show ever. I think it just was an unfortunate circumstance.
Unfortunate indeed. However, it doesn't matter because I just want everyone to know that Beyonce was the best. I'm gonna let you finish, but Beyonce had the best halftime performance ever.
I think SpongeBob still did a little better.
Oh, good point.
Just saying.
Fair enough.
Well, of course, when many people were home watching the Super Bowl this weekend, one industry that really suffered was the movies. This weekend's box office tallies pretty low as expected for Super Bowl weekend. Coming in first place this weekend was the film Warm Bodies, brand new debut at $19.5 million, pretty respectable for a February opening. Following that in second place was last week's #1 film, Hansel and Gretel, Bounty Hunters, starring Jeremy Renner, among others, $9.2 million. Coming in third place, Silver Linings Playbook, been a huge awards contender, coming in raking in $8.1 million. Moving up one spot from #4 last week, of course, Silver Linings Playbook. Jennifer Lawrence in particular has been a huge award season candidate. Many people think that she is going to win that Oscar at the end of the month. Speaking of the awards season, Ben Affleck picked up another award this weekend for his film Argo, this time the Directors Guild of America Award. Now, interestingly, this award is probably the best predictor in the industry of who will win the Best Director Oscar at the end of the month. However, Ben Affleck has one problem in that he is not nominated for the award. So no matter what happens, of course, Ben Affleck will not be taking home the Best Director Oscar. And now the question is, who will? Many people think that Steven Spielberg has the best chance. Obviously, very well renowned in the film industry. It would be his third Oscar, following his 2 for Schindler's List and Saving Private Ryan. Now, of course, we will definitely keep you updated with the Oscar race as we move into the last stretch of it this month. And don't forget, next week we'll take a break from the film awards to focus on the Grammys. Don't forget, music's biggest night is still squashed in between all these film awards. And next Monday we'll have the recap of all the winners and especially the performances. So stay tuned for that next week on the award circuit. Grammys. I always think everyone forgets about the Grammys just because, you got the Super Bowl, you got the Oscars, you got like all the Golden Globes. I mean, there hasn't been a music show, award show since probably the AMAs back in November. So people kind of, forget about the poor Grammys.
Don't forget about the Grammys.
Definitely. Tune in Sunday night, CBS. They're gonna be huge. We got. I think who'll be there? Frank Ocean, Fun up for a lot of major awards. Goche,
Good old Taylor Swift and LL Cool J hosting.
LL Cool J will be the host again this year, and T Swift might pick up a Record of the Year award.
Taylor Swift.
She won't, but maybe she will. So, in any case, of course, we'll be there next Monday, bringing you all the latest headlines that happened this week in Vandyland. So until next time, I'm Trevor Anderson.
And I'm Fallon Thompson.
And have a good week.